Hello everyone, welcome to Green One Day at a Time. April is almost over, but let's have a look at all the jobs that we could do in the month of April. We had some very cold nights with frost, but beautiful daytimes with some high temperature. This is a flowering head of a rhubarb plant. So if you have a rhubarb, keep an eye for those flowers. Chop them off because it will affect your harvest. If you have cauliflowers, cabbages, and broccoli or calabrese, you can plant them outside and cover them with some sort of netting. Another vegetable you can plant is beetroot. You can plant these because they are hardy seedlings. Plant your potatoes if you haven't. But if you have, keep an eye for the little sprouts that would pop out of the soil. Cover them up because we still have some frost. Depending upon where you are, mount it up. You can sow your peas, moisture, or any of those varieties and protect them from pigeons and slugs. So I keep mine covered to protect it from frost as well as pigeons and other birds who love the leaves of the peas. If you have purple sprouting broccoli, they are booming with harvest. You can harvest them as and when you receive. I've harvested a lot in this month. However, keep them covered because pigeons also love the purple sprouting broccolis. This is broad beans. They do grow quite fast now till June. So you have to have a look at their growing tips for aphids, which is the next pest that can affect your crops when the temperature starts to warm up. Radishes and turnips are other root vegetables that you can sow directly. Again, keep them covered if you have frost in your forecast. Today I'm going to plant Eddoes. These are store-bought Eddoes, which I wrapped in tissue paper and kept it moist inside this plastic bag for around 3 weeks. After that, I started to see little green sprouts on each of them. So since the weather is warming up, I think it is time to plant them. So I have used a plastic tub, a deep tub, filled it with well-rotted horse manure and compost and some garden soil, layer it, dig a hole and plant them. It's as easy as that it is. Water it well, but I'm going to close it with glass because it doesn't like frost and rats love Eddoes. Back at the potting shed, we are going to plant some sweet corn and baby corn. Both these plants have deep roots, so they need bigger pots to be grown. Ideally, a root trainer, but I do not have free root trainers right now. So I'm going to use these pots. Make a little dip, an inch deep dip in this compost. 2 each pot would suffice actually. And we will place 2 seeds in each pot. So that's done. Now let's move to some flowers. I'm going to plant some cosmos, calendula and nasturtiums. So this is nasturtium. Their seeds are much bigger. So I've placed around 5. These are calendula and cosmos. I've just broadcasted it in. Just push them in and that's it. Nasturtium is planted. And for cosmos and calendula, we'll just make the seeds come in contact with the soil or the compost and cover it with a small layer of additional compost. That's it. Next, sunflower collection. I received the seeds through some sweet seed swap from friends. So that's Russian giant. I'm really looking forward for that. That's a teddy bear dwarf. That's red sun. It's red sunflower. And the last one is panic or picante, something like that. It's a tiny yellow flower. So I've placed 4 or 5 in each pot. Just like nasturtium, I'm just going to push it into the compost and then cover it well and water it. That's it. It's as easy as it is. Among sunflowers, my favorite is Russian giant. They are huge flowers, huge plant, 6 to 7 feet tall. Now, if you are planting for winter and next spring, purple sprouting broccoli and Brussels sprouts are really good vegetables to plant now. It's not too late to do it. The seeds are very, very tiny for these two plants, just like any other calabres or brassicas. So I'm going to first put the name slips in first so that I don't get confused later. The seeds of both look exactly the same. There is no difference to see it. So they're very tiny. Just going to broadcast it onto the compost, and I will not cover it because as the seeds are so small, they need light to germinate. So both are done. Make the seeds have some contact with the compost and water it really well. You could always sow a lot more of greens. This is red amaranth seeds. We use it as a cooking green for traditional dishes. They are even tinier seeds, so I'm going to broadcast it and follow the same step of letting the seed come in contact with the compost. Water them very carefully and leave them on a sunny windowsill or a warm greenhouse for them to germinate. If you planted some celery in the month of March, it's time for you to prick them out and take the healthiest seedlings and plant them into individual modules for them to get stronger and bigger before you plant them out into your allotment. Take care of your seedlings as April moves into May. Enjoy your blossoms and some harvests that you can get from your garden and allotment. Stay safe and see you soon with another video.